Show up on time. Do we need one? Our chairman, Commissioner Mon, is running late, I'm told, so we'll go ahead and commence the meeting, and then he'll join us when he can. As the vice chair, I'll go ahead and conduct the meeting. So let's call this meeting to order. Commissioner Bloomer and myself are present. Commissioner Mon is not yet present. Notice this meeting was properly posted on October 28th, 2021. Prayer and Pledge of Allegiance will be led by either District 2 Chief Deputy Mr. Taylor or his designee. Mr. Taylor.
Thank you. Mr. Barnes?
Father God, we're again thankful for the opportunities that you give us to serve others. I'm thankful for this body. I'm thankful for Oklahoma County government. And Lord, the friends and family that we share on a routine basis. As we move into the holiday season, Father, I just pray, dear God, that we'll be mindful of your provision in every area of our lives. Father, help us to look to you for guidance, for strength, for wisdom, as we know that man does not have that on his own. We certainly see displayed on a routine basis. Help us to look to you. Pray for those who are deliberating today that you give them guidance and wisdom. We just love you and praise you and thank you in Jesus' name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have some citizens signed up to speak, and we have it at, I believe, 3 minutes is the time frame, and I'll go ahead and call the names to speak. Just as a reminder to those watching, we are not allowed as members of the public body to respond in any way to those speaking. So we'll go ahead and start with Tracy Manell. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a 1 minute. 1 minute. Thank you.
I would prefer Commissioner Mon to be here when I speak.
3 minutes has been 3 minutes. Y'all gonna have to take stuff from us, man.
This is please do not speak when it's not your turn. If Mr. We can hold you till the end of the public comment period. So,
I would prefer him being here.
Okay. Mr. Washington. Michael Washington.
What's wrong with you goddamn people up here, man? It's been 3 goddamn minutes. You can't let this son of a bitch tell you we're supposed to be damn a minute. It's 3 goddamn minutes, fool.
You got one goddamn black man ain't gonna take this goddamn bullshit from y'all. You trying to keep the goddamn citizens quiet, man? Well, you can't keep me quiet, boy. None of y'all. Don't respect none of you suckers up here today. That's the only goddamn reason I don't. I started to come up here and be nice about it, but you gonna take goddamn minutes from us? What the hell? They ain't no need coming up and standing before your no good ass. Hell, what the hell? A damn minute, man. And what the hell this fool on top of a minute? Really? The hell wrong? Look at this shit. It's over with already, man.
Mr. Washington,
What is it?
is there an item you'd like to speak on?
Hell, I ain't got goddamn time to do nothing. Yes, I'd like to speak on it.
Okay.
Shit. Goddamn minute. How the hell am I going to speak on something in a minute's time? It's over with, man. Goddamn, man. I'd like to speak here on that.
Your time has expired.
I'd like to speak on
Your
one.
time has expired.
My time is shot. She just asked me if I had some time to speak with her.
Jackson Foote.
She asked me if I had an item I want to speak on, man. Didn't you just ask me that?
Jackson Foote.
You had a minute, and you had a minute.
Mr. Foote.
Man, you
time.
fake ass piece of shit.
Jackson Foote. Is he not present?
No, he's here.
Okay, go ahead and run the timer for Mr. Foote.
He said I can have his time.
We don't do that.
It ain't on your policy. It ain't. Where's in your policy?
Mr. Foote can speak, or you'll lose it. Mr. Foote, your time is running. Please speak if you want to.
This crazy, man.
Yeah, it's something else. I tell you that. I do concur with Mr. Washington that the time you give us is obviously limited and not fair compared to other public meetings like the Chamber of Commerce's shadow organization, CJAC, which doesn't have public announcements or public minutes, even though it gets funding from the city council. And I don't know, you guys could tell me whether you guys give CJAC money. So yesterday, as you probably read, the Oklahoman reported that someone else died in the jail. Just 2 weeks after the chair gave a verbal report, nothing on paper, of course, claiming that everything has improved at the jail. This is the 12th death.
Your time
this
has
year,
expired. Please sit
more
down.
than 16
Sean
since
Cummings.
the jail trust took over.
Your time has expired. Please sit down.
Today, you'll announce
Mr. Cummings.
The only person of conscience on the jail trust will resign. Her jail trust action committee warned in April that the jail should not admit people who are ill or mentally.
Let's go ahead and start Mr. Cummings' time. He can speak if he wants at this time. Please sit down. Mr. Foote, please sit down. Mr. Foote, okay, go ahead and start the time. Mr. Cummings' time.
These divide and conquer tactics are obviously not going to work. Now, I would have quit too, like
Mr.
Miss
Foote, please sit down.
Ekwarekwu,
You're interrupting Mr. Cummings' time.
if my efforts
I think we should
were
just
met.
let them talk.
Does my name look like Sean Cummings? If I would have quit too, if my efforts were met by ignorance, corruption, and lack of care at every turn. And of course, she's resigned. And Trustee Ekwareku's committee told the county that the jail has triple-celled detainees who sleep without mattresses on the floor. I was outside the jail on Saturday with Mr. Washington, and detainees came out to say this is still the case, despite the report that you all approved and accepted that everything's improving and fine at the jail. There are more pacifiers, one person said, coming out of the jail, but nothing has changed. Another person said, not humane are the conditions at the Oklahoma County jail.
We've had a request from some people for Mr. Mon to be present.
Okay,
You
Mr.
had your time
Foote.
just now.
Mr. Foote.
Sit down. We'll move on to item 1, which is discussing the minutes of October 18th.
Mr. Foote, you need to sit down.
Item 1.
Okay. I'm not. Why are you violating my right? You need to sit down, Mr. Foote.
Item 1. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Violating my First Amendment right.
You've had your time to speak. Is there a motion on item 1? Is there a motion on item 1? Taylor? We have a motion. I will second it. All those in favor of approving the minutes of October 18, please say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Mr.
Item
Craig,
2,
you need to let us
the
do our
claims.
business.
Is there a motion on item 2, which is our claims?
Letting me speak this morning.
No, your time has expired. Item 2
He didn't.
is
he
discussion of
didn't
the
get to
claims.
speak.
That's, he had his time there. He chose to try to defer to somebody else, so that's where we at. Item 2, is there a motion on the claims?
To speak, whether you like it or not.
Is it your position, Mr. Cummings, that you were trying to get to the microphone and were deterred by somebody else? No, no. What I'm asking you is, did you attempt to get to the microphone? Did you attempt to get the microphone and were deferred by somebody else? All right, then we're not. Then we're done.
Mr.
All right,
Cummings,
item 2.
go ahead and speak. Go ahead and speak. Go
Nope,
ahead
this
and
time
speak.
is done. Item 2, is there an item on, motion on this item? Mr. Taylor. Okay, we have, there's a motion and a second on item 2. All those in favor say aye.
No,
Aye.
Commissioner Calvi,
He had his time and chose not
he's
to do it.
speaking right now. This is his
We're
time.
done.
He did not
Item
have
3,
his time.
we have opening of bids, we'll defer that. Okay, we have,
You said you were gonna solve it. Are you gonna solve it?
we have item, let's go to item
I'm not sharing
6.
this. I think you should have your minute to speak because he was unable to get to the mic.
But
it's not up to me.
I asked you. Sorry, we'll move on. Okay, item,
Demand my time.
Just let
okay.
him have his
Who
time.
would like to start?
Item, we have a consent docket, which is item 30. Item 7 through 29.
Let him have his time.
Would you like to move to do that, Mr. Bloomer? Would you like to move to do it?
Say that again.
Like to move to allow him to speak for a minute?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Bloomer has moved to allow you to speak 1 minute. I will second that. Okay, Mr. Cummings.
Thank you very much, everybody. First off, I'd like to commend you on item number 32 for bringing in Loretta Radford. We do need some outside voices on bail reform and some other things to keep people out of jail rather than the things I've seen so far. Technical knowledge she does not have that I'd like to see for the place, but if I expect expertise in bail reform, I don't get both. But thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. On number 29, the transfer of property from the sheriff's office to the trust, I would like you all to think about halting that as we have a grand jury investigation going on between you all and the trust itself and the jail. I just think there's no reason to transfer property right now, even when we don't know if the jail trust is going to continue. Thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate it. I'm sorry I had to violate everybody's time here to get my right to speak.
Thank you. We have, okay,
Okay.
the
Your
next
time is
item.
done now. Your time is done now.
He said,
Deputies, we need to carry on with our meeting. Disrupting us, please.
Your time is
Gentlemen,
done.
I have to open the bids. Please be quiet. Please be quiet.
Deputies, could you please help us restore order in the meeting? All I'm asking is just that people step away from the mic so that we can conduct our business. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. So item 3 is opening of the bids.
We have bid number CW 22031-2, lawn maintenance. First one is from Canadian Valley Turf Farm. Second one is from Simplot. That concludes the bids.
Okay, is there a motion?
I'll move they be tabulated and returned.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 4, purchasing.
Oh, let's make sure your mic is on.
Thank you.
This item is for District 1 pavement sealer. We received 2 bids from Sealmaster and Craft Co. We met with District 1 to discuss these bids and review, and I am recommending award to the low and best, which is Craftco Inc. Recommendation is due to their product aligning with industry standards for maximum performance and a longer product life cycle.
Okay, is there a motion?
I'll move the recommendation of the purchasing office.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Your time has
Is
expired.
this man I can speak on his subject, sir? I don't see anything in it that says
Your
it.
public comment is over for this meeting. Thank you. Item 5, we have a recommendation from the purchasing department.
What's going on, man? He's like, we can't see.
Item 5 is a recommendation for P22930-01, professional consulting services for the Covell Road for District 3. Interviews were held last week, and the firms were SRV, Meshach, Team Design, Freese and Nichols. From the evaluation score sheets that were conducted and reviewed from the panel, I am recommending award to Meshach and Associates. They were all panel members selected them for the service.
Okay, are there any questions? Is there a motion?
I'll move approval of the recommendation of the purchasing office.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. We have blanket purchase orders. Is there any
No changes.
change? Is there a motion?
I'll move approval of our blanket purchase orders.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Consent agenda. That would be items 7 through 29. Is there a motion?
Yeah, get your ass out there. That's the most.
I'll move approval of our consent agenda.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 30, Commissioner Bloomer.
Item 30 is our regular agreement for 911 fees assessed on residents' telephone bills. It is a set 3% fee, and this pays for countywide 911 services. So this is just a regular agreement that we approve.
And the rate is the same as it was?
Yes.
Okay. All right, would you like to move it?
I'll move approval.
What was the rate?
Second.
We need to know
All
what
those in
the rate
favor
was,
say aye.
sir.
The rate was 3%.
Oh, thank you. Goddamn, I want to answer when I answer.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Commissioner Bloomer, item 31.
Item 31 is regarding our Crutcho project with FEMA. This is to pay for the tenant's relocation expenses. Typically, when we are purchasing the property, if the owner of the property lives in the building, we do not pay for their relocation expenses. Eric, am I correct? But if it is a tenant, we do pay for their relocation expenses when we are purchasing the property under this FEMA program. So this is to approve relocation expenses for this tenant. I will move the item.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, Commissioner Bloomer, item 32.
He's here, man.
Item 32
He's here.
is, as you all know, Ms. Ekwerekwu is stepping down from our jail trust after 2 years of service. She has gone on to some other career opportunities and does not feel she can commit the time to the trust. So I want to thank her for her service and leading the Detention Action Center Committee and being very involved in our jail and speaking up for not only the people detained there, but the people who work there. So I want to thank her for her service. And then I will happily be appointing Miss Loretta Radford, who is currently, her bio is attached. She is currently the Director of Criminal Justice Reform at the OCU Law School, but she spent quite a bit of time working for the U.S. District Attorney's Office in, I believe, the Northern District for several years. And I am happy that she is willing to serve on our jail trust. So if there are no questions or comments, I will move the item. So thank you. In the agenda item, it just says her term ends June 2027, and it probably should read June 9th, 2027 is when technically her term ends. So thank you, Joe.
I'll second this, but I'm just asking, do we have to have a letter of resignation on file?
She sent one to the trust chairman.
Okay. She also sent me an email officially stepping down. It was more personal in nature, so I didn't attach it.
I just didn't know if we needed one
Okay.
for the record.
Did
I don't-
Mr. And maybe we might need one for Mr. Lamb. I don't know.
I don't think so. No. If we do, I'm sure
Okay.
that's fine, but, okay.
You
Okay.
said you submitted one to the jail trust.
She did.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, would you
Well,
like?
Mr. Lamb's term had ended, correct?
Correct, I think.
Yeah, so he
yes.
didn't resign. His
Well,
term
no, he
expired.
did resign.
He did.
He did by
Okay.
communication to the trust chairman.
Okay.
Okay, would you like to move your item?
I think.
Oh, we're up.
Yes.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Welcome aboard. Okay, Commissioner Mon, we had a couple of people who wish to provide their public comment time on an item when you were present. I don't know that it's an item on the agenda. I don't think so. We could, but in the interest of the,
Sure.
go ahead and do it. Okay, Tracy Manel.
Wait a minute, sir. It's not on item, but you're gonna give us a minute?
Deputies,
Sir,
can you please,
Mr.
we
Mon.
need to allow Mr. Manel to speak.
Mon,
so we
Mr.
can
Mon,
have
he told
somebody
me he had
else
a
who's
minute.
gotten.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, Mr. Mon, committee, whatever, this is, what we are here to discuss is an ongoing problem that's been happening for years. I think you and Mr. Trumbo all know about it. I have another man here. He needs his minute to speak to. I am here as the speaker for multiple farmers in the State Center river bottom. I know that's been adverse weather, but our ditches and they're not even mowed. They're not cleaned. We farmers are losing lots of money. We have contacted legal counsel. He said that we need to come up here and speak, and which Mr. Kaskasky back here will say his piece. It's, we've put up with it long enough. You know the situation. The turnpike's been built. There's more water coming down in that same bottom. Y'all might not agree with that, but I live up there. So,
I'm happy to
so
get with you.
we're not going to stop this time. We've asked y'all and asked y'all.
Mr. Kiskaski? Darwin Kiskaski. Thank you, Mr. Manel.
Hello, sir. My name is Darwin Kaskasky. I'm with the Kickapoo Tribe of Oklahoma, and I lived out there in Wilshire my entire life. And the drainage ditches need to be cleaned out. It's backing up my father's home. He can't use his septic tank. It floods in there. It takes up about 20 acres of our property every time it rains, and it's causing damage to our garage. And like I said, it's right there in Wilshire between End of Meridian and Triple X. The drainage ditches on Triple X need to be taken out, the silt's filled in with it, and there's also drainage pipes that need to be cleaned out as well.
Okay. I'll be happy to get with you after the meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Kiskaski.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Did you have anything else to say, Mr. Kaskasky? You still have, okay, very good. Okay, very good. Okay, Commissioner Blumert, item 33.
Item 33 is a very long-awaited item. Is there anyone present to speak from Mr. John Michael Williams? Yes. Sorry, who helped us create this program. So this is the CPACE program, commercial. Oh no, I'm not going to remember the acronym. Assess Clean Energy, something Assess Clean Energy.
You're correct, John Michael Williams. I'm counsel to Oklahoma Industries Authority, and I assisted in the preparation of this item, which is a resolution that creates this pilot program. And then secondly, the next item is a operating agreement with Oklahoma Industries Authority that essentially establishes the roadmap of what must be done in order to effectuate this program. And I would note that there are two items that will come back to you. First, each assessment contract for each individual project will come back to you. And further, OIA, Oklahoma Industries Authority, is to prepare policies and procedures to come back to you for your consideration and approval. Now, what it does is it establishes, much like a special assessment district, by which streets are installed, and then the property owners who are in the district, over a period of time, they pay for the streets. In this instance, this is a voluntary program. It's only if the property owners want to do this, and provided that they have certain, they make certain improvements that conserve energy, conserve water, and other related things, then those can be financed at lower interest rates than normal. There's no county money involved in this. It's private third-party providers that provide this money, and it's being done nationally. And there is a niche in the market by which there are certain lenders that want to loan money like this. It's a lien that is imposed on the property, and that's the source of repayment.
And I just want to read the improvements under this program that developers can do to qualify for this. Include electric charging stations, solar array installations, water conservation, and wastewater fixtures or improvements, energy efficient HVAC and refrigeration systems and boiler systems, processed waste and effluent management systems, and other appliances who may be approved by the OIA. So this program, I think, began in Tulsa last year. And since then, I've had many developers contact me, and they may have contacted you all as well, who are very excited about this program and ready to get started. So we appreciate you helping us out, Mr. Williams. And I think folks are ready to get started as soon as we do this. So
I do have a question about it, and I'm sorry that I did not get with you beforehand, Mr. I didn't know that you were going to be involved with that, but has this been run by, as far as I understand the program, it's a recent state law that allows for assessments to be done on energy improvements. Is that the one we're talking about?
That is correct.
Okay. So that would be done by the county assessor's office.
The county assessor's office is involved in it.
Okay. Have you discussed this with the county assessor's office as far as how it would be handled ministerially?
I have not. However, what you're doing today, it starts the program. And I think we'll learn a lot about how this program should actually be implemented as we go forward.
Would you mind if we deferred the vote on this just in this meeting to see if we can reach the county assessor and ask his thoughts on it, since his office, it will involve some involvement from his office?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not asking to defer the item.
Okay.
Definitely just see if we can, maybe Mr. Davidson or somebody.
Marcy, is Mr. Stein here?
Or Mr. Morrison. Do you have any?
Mr. Morrison.
Okay, so you're,
Mr.
to
Hooten's
your
gonna
knowledge, your office doesn't have an objection to it?
You said you're gonna defer it, man.
Can you try to reach Mr. Stein in this meeting if possible? So, okay, thank you. So would you mind deferring the item towards the later?
Sure.
Okay.
And I do want to add that Gretchen has looked at this from our district attorney's office, and then of course Mr. John Michael Williams. So from a legal standpoint, it has been approved by both parties.
Yeah, I don't think I have a concern about the legal part of it. It's just how it would be handled by the assessor's office.
And Commissioner Calvi, in this respect, some time ago, this proposal went to the budget board for consideration. Or was it yes, it was the budget board. And so the assessor had a representative.
I think it might have been maybe policy and governance.
Okay,
One of our
okay.
committees.
It,
I think
it was a committee,
committees.
perhaps
Yes.
policy and governance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, again, if we wouldn't mind, and I see item 34 involves the same program, if we wouldn't mind just to put those toward the bottom of the agenda, just to give us a chance to reach out to Mr. Stein. Thank you, Commissioner Bloomer, for your forbearance.
Thank you, Mr. Williams.
Okay, District 2, item 35, Commissioner Mon.
Item 35, this is actually a good thing with the city where we are changing the contract that we had for Shine with it regards to it being for a day. That's the way the contract is worded, so we couldn't bill a partial day. They approved so many hours, but they kept wanting it to be in the confinement of an 8-hour day. Sometimes with weather, sometimes with projects, sometimes they're pulled off in different directions. Sometimes we don't have any participants show up, or very many. So this allows us to go bill an hour for whenever we're on a project and more fully utilize this program. So my thanks to the city for being flexible about this and understanding how a little bit better this program works. And unless you have any questions, I'll move the item.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 36, Commissioner Vaughn.
This is a letter that Oklahoma Construction Materials authorizes and gives full authority to the county of Oklahoma County to utilize their trucks and equipment at their location to haul approximately 24 tons of on-site mixed aggregate. This material is to be donated by OCM to Oklahoma County. So we have done similar arrangements before, and grateful for their donation. Unless there's any questions, I'll move it.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Yeah, the only thing is, where do we sign up? Item 37, Mr. Wilkerson. Is it just a standard renewal?
Well,
No agreement. Okay.
Good morning. This was approved by the Budget Board back in October. This is a provider service agreement for our health plan. So our members and retirees can access Lucid Lane services. And again, they do mental health, pain control, addiction control therapy, award-winning services. Just ask for your approval on this.
Okay, is there a motion?
I'll move approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Wilkerson. Okay, Budget Evaluation Team, BET, Mr. Compton. There he is. Actually, rather than make you come up, this is already approved by Budget Board. And, okay. Is there a motion?
I'll move approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Item 39, County Clerk, Mr. Hooten.
Mainly, this is the posting of the meetings.
Okay. Is there a motion?
Yeah, this isn't the holidays. Okay, I'll move. Are you moving it?
I'll move it.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Engineering, item 40.
This concerns our bridge inspections. We inspect them every other year. Unless they're in really bad shape, we can put them on a 1-year cycle. This is for our next 3-year cycle. We've interviewed 3 firms that were on the ODOT's pre-approved list, and we have selected Consort Engineers out of Edmond for the next 3-year cycle, and would ask for your approval.
Stacy, how long has ODOT required that counties pick from their approved list?
Oh, this has been a decade or so.
Okay. I'll move approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, item 41.
This is a public hearing that's requested by Oklahoma City Waste Disposal to consider putting a section line road of Rockwell that goes through a landfill on reserve status. So you'd open the public hearing and get comments both pro and con, and then decide on the resolution.
Hold and con both sides, sir.
Okay. Is there any questions?
On that comment.
Nope. Is there a motion?
Yes, sir. Comment from both.
To open the public hearing.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
is there a motion
You
to
know
open the
what
public hearing?
is?
I'll move that we open the public hearing.
Thank you. You got some of us
Is there a
know
second?
all, fool.
Did you get your button?
Now, can I
Second.
speak now, Miss?
Okay. And that will be
To open the comment.
on at this time, or is it scheduled for a different time?
No, this is the actual public
Okay,
hearing.
yes.
The applicant is here represented by a law firm, and they would present the information
Okay.
to you. Call the vote.
Oh, we'll call the vote on opening the meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Now, public comment is opened. We have Mr. Washington wish to make a comment.
I would suggest you start with the applicant so they can see.
Probably a good idea.
What we're talking
Go
about.
ahead. The applicant would begin.
Good morning, David Box, 522 Colford Drive, here on behalf of the applicant. Ms. Rachel Hannigan with Waste Connections also here with us. This is a request to put a portion of Rockwell into a reserve status. Putting it into reserve status will allow us to further expand the landfill, get more useful life out of the landfill, This is the last step in the process. We have been through a series of steps with Oklahoma City. We got a PUD approved to extend the useful life of the landfill. We then closed that portion of Rockwell, vacated that portion of Rockwell. This will allow us to move forward with those plans. It is worth noting that my client owns both sides of this portion of Rockwell. Further to the south, you'll note that Hobby Lobby put their portion of Rockwell in reserve status some time ago and has built a series of industrial warehouse spaces on top. So we believe this will be nothing but beneficial to Waste Connections, which in turn benefits the citizens of Oklahoma City and Oklahoma County. So be happy to answer any questions you may have, but we have gained approval at every step along the way. Thank you.
Okay. Now, others wishing to speak. Mr. Washington, you expressed a desire to speak.
Thank you, everyone. I'll defer to later on. So, all I want you to respect me, boy. Let me speak when the time is right.
If there's no others, I was going to mention that I actually went to the site, and I think this is very much you have with then with Aaron Moore, who was with my office at the time, and we very much agreed this was needed and it's proper. So I support their putting it on reserve status. And I appreciate you having me on location to see it. Sometimes we get these presented to us at the meetings for the first time, and it's difficult to envision actually seeing it firsthand. I mean, obviously it's a landfill, but the gravity of the situation. So I appreciate your time.
Okay. Any further questions or remarks? Okay. Is there a motion?
I'll move that
Do
we
we
close
need to?
the comment.
Yeah, right. Okay. Move. There's a motion to close the public comment. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then do we go ahead and approve the item itself at this time? Okay. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
I will move it.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Resolution is approved. Thank you. Okay. Item 42, Mr. Trumbo.
This is a bridge on Hefner Road in District 1. We've been purchasing right-of-way for this project. This is the last easement of 4, and this will give us all the right-of-way. With your approval today, it's $1,000 a purchase from a company called Wimpy 25 LLC.
I will move approval.
I'll second. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And Commissioner Mon indicated he votes aye. Okay, item 43.
Item 43, this is, we're working with the city on their TIF district allocations. They do have a public set aside for some of their funds. We've had 2 rounds previously. This is our request for the 3rd round. It's actually $5 million that we can get reimbursed for some of our projects coming from TIF number 2. Would ask for your approval to pass the item.
And Mr. Trumbo, this list that I think is attached. Let me make sure it's the.
I don't see the list.
The list was attached
Okay.
to your agenda. We had sent them a list of 4 priority projects, but we're not limited to those in the language of the contract.
Okay, it's at the very end of the
I
attachment.
see it. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was going to be my question, was in regards to the TIF approval process. If we submit these 4 projects, are we tied to these, or is this just giving them an idea?
This basically give them an idea and would let us set the amount.
Okay.
Now there's a sentence on page 2 of the contract that says, but not limited to.
Oh, okay.
We do have to front this money, and then we will get reimbursed.
Okay.
And can you remind me, is there a time limit as to when we can access these funds?
We'll be able to access them after the city council approves it. I think on November 9th is when they have it docketed. Then anytime after that, we can access them. Of course, we don't have anything ready
Right.
to reimburse.
But there's no,
They did not put a
there's no
time
end
limit in
date.
the contract.
Okay.
They did not
Okay.
put one in this contract.
okay. That's all right.
Okay, is there a motion?
I'll move approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 44. Ms. Overstreet.
Good morning.
Morning.
This is a resolution accepting donations made to the Oklahoma County Juvenile Bureau for use by the youth and families that we serve. Miss Emma Butler and Christy Horn of the Hair Initiative donated 2 barber chairs and weekly haircuts and hairstyling and 30 kits for the youth in detention. Miss Cassandra Delgado and Ashiana Nadre donated clothes to our clothing closet. Miss Christy Cobb, a dentist in Mustang, Oklahoma, donated 72 tubes of toothpaste. Mr. Nelson Solomon of the International Pentecostal Assembly out of Yukon donated $500 to purchase supplies for programs for the youth in detention. Whereas Oklahoma County accepts these donations with gratitude, be it therefore resolved, the Board of County Commissioners of Oklahoma County does hereby accept these generous donations and expresses great appreciation for all of the support received by the citizens of Oklahoma County.
Okay, thanks to all the donors. Is there a motion?
I'll move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms.
Jamie.
Overstreet. Okay. Planning Commission, item 45. Mr. Gammon.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is an item that was on the Planning Commission agenda where the zoning that was requested to be changed on some property. This property, Esperanza, am I pronouncing it right? Esperanza Ranch, has existed for quite some time, and it was in non-compliant status. That we rarely had any complaints from this particular organization, and they have new owners. The new owners want to bring everything into compliance, and they want to make sure they're operating formally with your blessings. They asked that a PUD be established, and the County Planning Commission approved that on October 21st. And they recommend that you approve it as well. There were some complaints about noise and times of noise. And in the meeting itself, it was discussed with the applicant and discussed with the complainers, and they agreed upon. And that is reflected in the resolution itself, the operating hours and the noise outside. So all of those were approved by the Planning Commission, and they request that you approve it.
Okay, well, it sounds like the process worked as it should to get people together. So is there a motion?
I'll move approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 I'm supposed to speak on that. I
Item
might not wanna
46.
I might not want to change. I'll have
Mr. Treasurer, is the treasurer up? Christie.
All right, you got a lawsuit filed on your ass. Think about it.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is just a request for a temporary transfer. We're asking for $2 million from County Highway, $2 million from Capital Projects Regular, and $2 million from Tinker. These transfers are get us through your approvals today, the checks and claims that you're approving today in mid-November. We'll have to look at it again one more time for payroll in November. I did speak, well, not speak, it was via email with Stacy. Once you make these transfers, the balances are in your agenda item. I did get with Stacy on the projected expenditures from the 3 funds we're asking to borrow from. Stacy said out of highway cash between now and mid-January should be no less than $3 million, with a snowstorm or 2 and capital improvement less than $1 million. Tinker clearing projected no expenses. So you should have plenty in there to do what you need to.
Stacy, was that $3 million between all 3 districts?
Yeah, that was
estimated?
the calculation. It includes your payroll
Okay.
for 3 months and projects that you might be able to do with road work kind of ending. You're having asphalt where you can't do that in cold temperatures. I thought that would be a fair number, but you're certainly welcome to change it or up it here.
We're leaving 9 million in there. So you should be okay.
Okay, is there a motion?
I'll move approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Commissioner comments, District 1.
No comment.
District 2.
My apologies to the commissioners and those waiting for me this morning. Somebody stole my son's grave marker, and so I was kind of having a tough day today and trying to figure that out. So I apologize for everybody who had to wait on me.
Oh, you should have came early, man. Get this nut out.
Now, prayers are with you on
Thank you.
the difficult situation. Okay, any new business? Seeing none, is there a motion? Oh, sorry.
Do we need to go?
Oh, yes, we do
Has
need
anyone been able to contact Mr.
Mr. Stein.
Executive session?
Okay. Let's go ahead and if there's a motion to.
I'll move we recess into executive session.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're in executive session.
See how you know
Breon? Yes. Is there a motion to return from executive session?
I'll move we return.
All, second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, on item 49, I will go ahead and move to settle this, authorize the district attorney to settle this on our behalf in the amount of $21,000 and to authorize our chairman to sign the settlement documents.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And item 50. I would move that we authorize settlement of this matter in the amount of $17,314.50.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Is there a motion? We already had citizen participation. Is there a motion to adjourn? Oh, assessor's item. Thank you for reminding me. Okay.
Items 33 and 34.
Yes.
The man of the hour.
There he is.
Hello, sir.
Mr. Assessor, there are 2 items on our agenda involving the CPACE program. Yes, sir. And it does involve your office, so we wanted to make sure you had an opportunity to weigh in.
The program is one that encourages energy efficiency. And I think the best thing we can do is to move it forward to see what we can do down the road and make rules and recommendations and see what we can do to accomplish the task. Everybody supports conservative energy use and being able to help businesses also. And there's been a lot of talk about it, and we've vet with people about the issue, and I think I appreciate the opportunity to continue working on it. So if you'd be kind enough to pass it along, we'd appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, is there a motion? Mr. Bill, it's your item.
Item 33, I will move to create the pilot program.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 34.
Item 34, I will move that our third-party administrator is the Oklahoma Industries Authority.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Now, is there a motion to adjourn?
Wait, did we vote? We voted on our, what are we returning to?
No, adjourning.
Oh, I thought you said to return.
Oh, sorry.
I move we adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, stick around for Public Buildings Authority, and I'll hand this back to you, Commissioner Moore. Okay, is everybody in? Okay.
I have a network error. Trying it again, we'll see. That's fine if y'all can do old school. Okay, thanks. All right, we'll have to do this old school due to technical difficulties, but I'll call the meeting to order. All 3 trustees are present. Notice of the meeting was properly posted on October 28th. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of October 18th?
I move we approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is there a motion to approve the claims?
I move we approve our claims.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And then our schedule of meetings for the year 2022.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And one new parking space contract.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any to speak before the PBA? Seeing no citizens, is there any board comments? Hearing none, is there any new business? If not, is there a motion to enter into executive session?
I move we enter into executive session.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ready? Is there a motion to return from executive session?
I move we return.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 6.
Item 6, I move we proceed as discussed in regards to the purpose of real properties.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
I move we adjourn.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Thank you, deputies.